Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Wrestling vs. the World podcast. If you're enjoying your day, sweet. If not, well, what the hell ever. So, this has been a busy week here, huh? 3 podcast episodes in a week, and I wanted to finally get this done because I had the thumbnail set, but now we can finally officially do this episode, the history of the WWE Universal Championship. So in the summer 2016, the WWE Draft would take place to split the Raw and SmackDown shows into separate brands for the first time since summer of 2011. WWE Champion Dean Ambrose would be drafted to SmackDown, and the championship would stay on the SmackDown brand after a successful title defense at Battleground in a triple threat match with former Shield member Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, who were representing Raw. So this would result in the Raw brand being left without a World Championship, and then would end up resulting in the creation of the Universal Championship, with the inaugural champion be determined in a tournament that would conclude at SummerSlam. The championship would be unveiled at SummerSlam, which saw the design mirror the WWE Championship design at the time, which would result in the championship having a red strap. The center plate would read Universal Championship under the WWE logo, and the WWE logo itself would have a black swoosh at the bottom of the logo rather than a red one, which had been seen for the WWE logo for quite some time. Finn Balor would defeat Seth Rollins in the tournament final at SummerSlam under his demon persona to become the first ever Universal Champion. However, Finn would be forced to surrender the championship the following night on the August 22nd, 2016 episode of Raw due to a shoulder injury that he suffered during the match with Seth Rollins the night prior at SummerSlam after taking a buckle bomb into the barricade. As a result of this championship's sudden vacancy, a fatal 4-way elimination match would be declared for the following week on the August 29, 2016 episode of Raw between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, and Big Cass to declare the new Universal Champion. Kevin Owens would win the overall match after last eliminating Seth Rollins following interference by Triple H. Kevin Owens' reign as Universal Champion would last 188 days before losing the title in a squash match to Goldberg at Fastlane 2017. This would result in Goldberg's originally scheduled match at WrestleMania 33 with Brock Lesnar to go from a standard singles match to a championship match for the newly won Universal Championship. And at the WrestleMania 33, Brock would defeat Goldberg in a rematch to become the new Universal Champion and would start his controversial 500-plus day title run due to Brock Lesnar being on a part-time schedule during this reign itself. So Brock's reign would come to an end later on at SummerSlam 2018, where he'd be defeated by Roman Reigns in a match at SummerSlam that involved a good amount of interference by Money in the Bank contract holder Braun Strowman. After this, it was announced that Roman Reigns was going to defend the Universal Championship in a triple threat match at Crown Jewel against Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. However, on the October 22, 2018 episode of Raw, Roman Reigns would be forced to vacate his championship due to him revealing that his leukemia had returned, which he had been battling since 2007. And because of this, the scheduled match at Crown Jewel would then become a singles match between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman for the vacant championship, which Brock would win after handily defeating Braun Strowman due to early interference by Baron Corbin. So Brock's second reign as champion would last 156 days for losing the title at WrestleMania 35 in the opening match to the 2019 Royal Rumble winner, Seth Rollins. But then Brock would regain the championship after this at Extreme Rules only 98 days later following a successful cash-in of his Money in the Bank contract, which he suddenly won at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view not so long before this, only to then lose the title back to Seth Rollins the following month at SummerSlam. Now, during this run as champion for Seth Rollins, he would briefly become a double champion when he held the Raw Tag Team Championships with Braun Strowman. But for Seth, this second title reign would only last around 80 days before losing it at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, losing it to The Fiend in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now, just prior to this match, when the WWE Draft was also going on again in 2019, it was announced that Bray Wyatt had been drafted to SmackDown, and with this win of the Universal Championship, it would mean that the Universal Championship was coming to him to become SmackDown exclusive. Now, shortly after this, on the November 15, 2019 episode of SmackDown, the Universal Championship would undergo a bit of a change, as the red strap would be replaced by a blue one, and the WWE logo will once again revert to its original state with the red switch on the bottom rather than the black one like we had seen with the red strap version of the title. Also, Bray Wyatt's Fiend persona would also get his own custom version of the Universal Championship, which also featured a replica of his Fiend mask of sorts as the center of the championship. But the Fiend's Universal Championship reign would only end after 4 months in February 2020 at Super Showdown, where he would lose the title to Goldberg in just 3 minutes. And after this, Goldberg was scheduled to face Roman Reigns in a singles match at WrestleMania 36 for his Universal Championship, but Roman would be replaced by Braun Strowman after withdrawing from the match due to the ongoing COVID pandemic. Braun would then go on to successfully defeat Goldberg in the first night of WrestleMania 36 and would become Universal Champion for the very first and only time. Now, this run would only last about 4.5 months before losing the title back in a singles match at SummerSlam to The Fiend in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Despite this championship win, The Fiend would not change the Universal Championship to his custom design, because only a week later, on August 30th, 2020 at the Payback pay-per-view, the official original match of Payback 2020 on August 30, 2020 was supposed to be Braun Strowman versus The Fiend for the Universal Championship in a no-holds-barred match, but during the match itself, it would become a triple threat match for the championship, still under no-holds-barred rules, when Roman Reigns signed the contract to become a third and legal participant in the match and would pin Braun Strowman to become the new Universal Champion and start his historic reign of 1,316 days. Roman would also unify the Universal Championship with the WWE Championship after winning the latter from Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania 38 Night 2, even though despite this unification, both titles would still be counted as separately active. And as a result of this unification, Roman Reigns would be declared the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, and the title would become SmackDown exclusive during the 2023 WWE Draft. Now, as also stated before in one of the past episodes about the WWE Championship, on the June 2nd, 2023 episode of SmackDown, Roman Reigns would be presented with a new physical championship with a gold background behind the center plate of the main plate of the championship would read Undisputed Champion underneath, and the WWE logo would have black gems instead of white gems to represent the new overall championship. Roman would initially have his championship be represented by this championship, the WWE Championship that debuted in August 2014, and the Blue Strap Universal Championship before the latter two physical belts were retired by August of 2023. Now, as Roman's title reign was concluding, the WWE would periodically change the name of the championship between the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship and the Undisputed WWE Championship. And as mentioned before, Roman Reigns' time as champion would conclude at WrestleMania 40 Night 2, where he'd lose the title to Cody Rhodes in the main event of the final night of the show. Cody would then hold this title until WrestleMania 41 Night 2, where he'd lose the title to John Cena. Then after this is where history kind of got amended, because during Cody's run as champion, WWE's website would list Cody as both the WWE and Universal Champion, due to both championships, as mentioned before, still being recognized as being separately active despite the unification of WrestleMania 38 and being represented by one physical belt. However, this would be amended after WrestleMania 41, as WWE would no longer recognize Cody as Universal Champion and technically counted Roman Reigns as the final ever Universal Champion, with the title being retroactively considered to be retired upon him losing the title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40 Night 2. So yeah, that's pretty lengthy history. Because I've mentioned this before, that I still feel that Roman was the best champion, even though his time with champion was kind of iffy due to heel tactics with retaining the title and also kind of being on that iffy schedule, just like we saw with Brock. But it was more consistent with matches and everything. We still saw him more often on television and everything compared to Brock during that 500-day title reign. And it felt like Roman's reign, no pun intended with the last name there, it felt like it helped undo any negativity that happened with the Universal Championship, because we kept seeing so many issues prior to this booking, like with injuries, short reigns, terrible bookings, so on and so forth. So, I mean, I'm kind of glad that the Universal Championship is finally gone, because it felt like it was no longer necessary. But it feels weird to see history get amended in the past. Now, when it comes to this championship, who do I most easily picture with this championship upon thinking about it? Obviously, it's going to be Roman. When I think Universal Champion, I see Roman, whether it be with the red strap belt, the blue one, or even the updated one. Maybe because of the length of his title runs, maybe again because of the overall booking with his long reign as being the final champion, but that's just me. But anyway, let me know what y'all thought in the comment section below. What did you think about the Universal Championship? And when you think of the Universal Championship, who's the first person that comes to mind that you picture with that belt overall? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's episode, folks, please remember, leave a like, subscribe to the bell, turn on here on YouTube, comment what you thought below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.